What's up, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. We are here with the orange and blue seasonal championship. We need to use a classic muscle car in the B class, so 601 to 700 rating. We're using the 1965 Ford Mustang GT Coupe with a B class tune. The share code, as always, is in the description. I hope. It should be. It's a classic, so very pretty one as well. I picked one with off-road tires, and that being said, you don't really need that. So standard tires certainly suffice. Well, technically they do. Alright. The good thing about off-road tires is, I mean, right now we don't overtake a whole lot, but we will in just a moment as we go into a more dirt-focused part. Oh, we overtake one car here. We can dart in here. No, we don't quite. Take the inside line, cut through the checkpoint. There's a car we could photograph, but I'm not going to do that. I wonder how all these cars keep appearing that I haven't photographed yet. I only missed like 20 or so. Or maybe 30. So yeah, now on the dirt part we really make up the ground with the off-road tires and with a very stable tune that we can really just throw in here way faster than the AI does. Get out of the way. There we go. Now we go this way. Drive through that checkpoint, go through here. Alright, this should secure our win already if we don't completely mess up now. There we go. Driving through some rain would be beneficial for our car right now to become a little less dirty. And as you can see, you can just drive through the checkpoint flags, and that sometimes saves you a little bit of road that you need to travel, and sometimes gives you a more direct line that you can take. Especially through here, like you can take such a direct line. And just taking the checkpoints tightly sometimes can really help you, especially when you want to overtake. That can help you, because the AI often doesn't do it. They drive a wider line around the checkpoints, and then that opens a gap. I misjudged that jump. But yeah, that opens a gap for you that you can dart into and really go past them. So that is certainly, especially in dirt races, I've found that to be very useful when we leave that gap open, because we take a wider line through the checkpoints. And it doesn't matter if you go a little off-road, because you're off-road anyway, so it's not like you're driving an S2 class supercar. Let's race one in the back. Obviously it's risky because you risk missing the checkpoint. which wouldn't be ideal, obviously. Where are the other races? No, you're not. You. That's one we just did. Where are the other ones? There's one. There we go. Yeah, I got credits, I know. Alright. So this tune really has its advantages in the dirt part of the races, not so much in the tarmac parts of the races. What I found pretty interesting was last week we had that speed trap, I think it was with a Camaro, and we used a drag tire tune with a lot of power, and I actually used that on the dirt racing trial, and that allowed me to easily breeze into the lead right off the line, get into the lead within seconds, and then you could just hold the AI behind, and that made it a pretty easy trial win. So I kind of enjoyed using a drag wheel tune on a dirt racing championship. That was pretty cool actually. These guys coming in from behind, but we luckily made sure they don't get past us. And instead we went past one of them. And another one. But yeah, this part right here you just don't want to completely mess it up. And then you're good to go. Like this guy messing it up. Honestly, you can make up several positions by just driving sorta clean, and whenever they make their mistakes you just dart in and go past. Like this guy, you went way outside, and can we put our car in? Yes we can, it gives us both positions. Really now the part starts where we should have the advantage, but now we're already up to second. Let's go in. Get the car sideways so that we get turned in. And there are some pretty cool classic muscle cars. I thought about using a different one, but or several other ones. But this is a classic, and I thought you might enjoy that. I mean, they all are classics, that's why they're classic muscle cars, but there are several ones with really cool looks. I must say, I personally am not the biggest fan of a 65 Mustang. I think there's much prettier cars, but it's such an iconic car that I thought you would appreciate it. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't watch the video. You do, maybe. Maybe you do. And obviously you have to drive a car, and this car is very easy to drive with that tune. So that's the car I chose. Plus again, it's just iconic. That gotta count for something. Go. 2 laps, and I'm not a fan of circuit racing. I prefer the sprint racing. Just over a lot quicker, I guess, which means less time I need to spend recording this. I just like to be done with things, you know, have them completed and move on. But shouldn't you do this for the enjoyment? Well, in part I do. If I wanted to record something right now that I currently enjoy, it would be probably Starship Troopers, for being brutally honest here. So that's lap 2. Let's take lap 3. There we go. Always find it a challenge to come out of a tunnel. There we go. Yeah, obviously we have such a big lead right now. It's a bit of a comic race, and maybe that's why the enjoyment factor isn't as big as it could be, because in the seasonal championships, obviously with the difficulty that we need to drive on, it's when the tune is good, it's not that difficult. First lap is alright, and then it becomes a lot less difficult. I mean, that's great for recording purposes, because then I don't run the risk of having to record it 5 times because I can't do it. And it's also great that the tune seems to work so well that it allows racing like this. Which in the end hopefully results in you liking that I provide you with it and subscribing, you know, and doing all sorts of stuff. That would be cool. I would appreciate that. It's 40 points and another loading screen. And where's the last race? I should start doing this with my glasses on, maybe when I see more. Seymour Skinner. There you go, last race. I already see it coming. One day my SSD will just run full while I'm recording. I'm gonna keep talking like a dumbass and you won't hear it. One day that'll happen. Or not. Who knows? God, I'm tired, man. It's warm weather, I think. Sorry. Nobody likes the warm weather. My PC doesn't, and I don't either. Or anyone else I know, for that matter. Alright. So that's another sprint race, which is a little more to our liking, I guess. Or to my liking, I don't know what you like. Let's go. past him, and him, and him, or her, or it. I don't know what people are called these days. There we go, up into third. That would already secure us the championship, I believe. And that left turn should take us off-road, right? Just braking a bit early there. Not ideal. There we go. Come on, get it. Yep, there we go. And we're into first. Third of the race done, and now 2/3 once again spent dawdling around, I guess, trying not to completely blow it while rambling on. Alrighty. Like, just look at this, the racing line constantly tells you to brake and you can just go full throttle through it all. Well, not through it all, or else this happens, but should brake a little bit more, I guess. I wanted to make a point, and I tried it to the extreme. Which went a bit overboard, I guess. And you can see as well, is like B-class and to a certain extent A-class is notorious for telling you to slow down and you can just drive through. It becomes a little bit less so. I mean, it still happens, but a little bit less so in S1 and S2. But also because the cars are a lot harder to control. But here, like, look at this, you can just drive through all of this, you don't need to brake all the time. You do need to brake for something like that, so you certainly need to look ahead, because you can't rely on that. Here as well, you can just drive through, you need to look ahead to what happens, how do you feel the car handles, what do you think you can do, what do you think you can't do, and just make your own decisions. You can't just fully rely on it. But it is a pretty good indication of what the AI thinks it should do, and that helps you get a little bit of a feel for when it's worth darting in, because you see, okay, the racing line indicates, hey, you should brake, and you feel like, hey, I shouldn't. And then you can just throw your car in, because it's highly likely the AI thinks, hey, we should brake. So, there's that. So that's 60 points. In the bag. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. And yeah, until next time, hey, we get a wheel spin again. This is comical, man. This is absolutely comical. So, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and until then, farewell.